All right, what's up, you Trojans? I'm gonna try to make this one short and sweet because there's two videos I want to do, but I said I would do this one first, so I'm just gonna get it out of the way. Okay. This topic is completely irrelevant now, but I'm gonna do it. I was talking on the Facebook group with my friend Jack Bartholomew and Usher. But anyway, John Cena was brought up, the champ, and we talked about the Royal Rumble or whatever. I don't even know how the topic was brought up, but I'm gonna tell you guys this: Cena winning the 2013 Royal Rumble. I don't think anything made me madder in pro wrestling than that. I watched that shit live with my brother. And that's something I was looking forward to since 2012 because I didn't think, especially since it hadn't been done in years, that somebody could win more than one Rumble. And it was very exciting because not really a lot of people were getting built to win that thing. I mean, you had Sheamus coming back, or he was there already, but you had John Cena, Randy Orton, and Sheamus were the first names for that Rumble. And I was like, oh, cool, right? And then when the Rumble actually happened, to my surprise, it was not the final match on the show. And it was a mistake not putting the Shield in it, but whatever. The whole Rumble, there were three guys that should have won it with no excuses. Dolph Ziggler, Chris Jericho, or Ryback, okay? Dolph Ziggler was Money in the Bank, so it would have been kind of retarded if he won, but it's WWE, that's what happens. The man had more build-up than 80% of that roster that time. Jericho just made his comeback, had never won a Rumble before. I'm sure whoever he would have been facing, he would have put over with no problem. And then Ryback. People want to say in 2014 Royal Rumble, Bryan should have won because he had a yes movement. Ryback had a yes movement in late 2012. Everybody and their grandmother was saying, feed me more, feed me more, feed me more. Right? And those three were in the Rumble. And Ryback was number 30, okay? Now, John Cena winning that Royal Rumble by last eliminating Ryback, especially when Ryback and the first three guys announced for the match, all former world champions, all former Rumble winners, Orton, Sheamus, and Cena, are in there. It's like Ryback's winning this, and then Cena throws him out, okay? And it's not even... And apparently they did that before the world title match because they knew fans would be pissed. Why would you do something that you know your fans are going to be pissed? And I think it's karma because look what happened 2 Rumbles later. Look what happened to the Royal Rumble in 2014 and 2015. You did something that you knew your fans were going to be pissed, so you do it, you do it, you don't close the show with it. And then the 2 Rumbles afterwards, the fans destroyed what you guys planned. But anyway, John Cena winning that Royal Rumble completely ruined The Rock's title win for me and my brother, okay? That was a title reign. CM Punk's long, drawn-out title reign was a title reign that I was waiting for to end, like, the whole time it was going on, okay? They had John Cena win the Royal Rumble in 2013. 2013. A year where Cena was nowhere near as popular as he was like in the mid-2000s, okay? I was pissed off when he came back in the 2008 Royal Rumble and won that because the only one built to win anything in that Rumble was Jeff Hardy and Triple H. Jeff Hardy was already challenging for the title, and there was no way Triple H was going to win another Rumble. That Rumble had stars like and young guys, so you're sitting there. Who's going to win? Is it going to be a Carlito? Is it going to be Umaga? Is it going to be Hardcore Holly or Cody Rhodes? Is it going to be John Morrison and The Miz? Who's it going to be? You don't know. Is it going to be Snitsky? Is it going to be The Undertaker? Is it going to be Shawn Michaels? You don't know. Mr. Kennedy, you know. But then after like a while, I was mad when Cena won. But like I said, after a while, I even thought Finley would win at one time. But after a while, I was like, okay, it's Cena. He's never won a Rumble. This should be interesting. So yeah, I was pissed when he won it in '08, but then after a while, I got over it. 2013, though, what the hell? Was that necessary? And the thing with that made me real mad was that it was done just so that they could do a stupid Rock Cena rematch that should have never happened again. It was once in a lifetime. They made a lot of money from it because it was once in a lifetime. But because they made a lot of money for it being once in a lifetime, they thought if they did it again, they would make just as much, which is stupid. Who the fuck thinks like that? The reason it was because it was once in a lifetime. That's why people bought it. Why would they buy it again? Especially when 90% of the fans knew the outcome is 8 months in advance. Like, we all knew Cena was going to win. That match was stupid. It sucked cock. The WrestleMania blew cock. And Cena winning a second Rumble and taking the spotlight from anybody else that could have won it. Winning it unnecessarily was only done to do that stupid rematch. I mean, Jack Swagger was the champion. No, he was a contender for a not Carlito, the Alberto Del Rio, his championship. Why didn't he just have Swagger come back and win that Rumble? Because if you really wanted to do John Cena versus The Rock 2, as gay and retarded as that is, there could have been a million other ways for Cena to do that besides winning another Rumble. He could have won the Chamber. I mean, the last hope we had to get another main event was CM Punk versus John Cena in that match where he did a terrible Hurricane Rana, Cena and Rana, where John Cena was facing Punk in the main event of a Raw for the number one contenders match. That would have been the only way that match could have been saved. And the thing is, I don't agree with Rock versus Cena too. The main event should have either been someone facing Ryback, John Cena versus CM Punk, or CM Punk versus The Rock. If you really wanted to do The Rock versus John Cena 2, it should have been done on another show, SummerSlam or something. That made me mad. I know this is like 2 years old, but it was brought up and I decided to express my anger about it on this video. And like me and somebody else said, there could have been a million ways for Cena to main event WrestleMania 29 if you really needed him to without winning the Rumble. He could have won the Chamber. He could have won a number one contendership match. He could have beat anybody, you know. He could have done what he did in 2009 when he like politics his way into the match. He could have done anything, man. Oh, by the way, when I said what the main event should have been, it should have been, like I said, okay, the main event of WrestleMania 29. You guys ready? It should have been Cena versus Ryback, Punk versus Ryback, Cena versus Punk, Punk versus Rock, or Rock, Cena, Punk in a triple threat. Those are 5 possible matches you guys could have done for WrestleMania 29. And instead, not only did you have a lackluster, mediocre card, I don't even want to say it's a mediocre card, but you had a shite main event that nobody wanted to see again. That we knew we knew Brock Lesnar was gonna fight Triple H again, and Triple H was gonna fucking, win. Oh yeah, you could also have a 6 possible main event: Undertaker versus Punk and then Streak versus Streak. That WrestleMania 29 for a throwaway filler WrestleMania, because that's what it was. There was about 6 possible main events that could have worked, that they could have done, and they didn't do it. Jericho, Ziggler, Ryback should have won that Rumble. No exceptions, no excuses. Cena had no business winning it. That was a brown piece of horse shit, is what it was. And I didn't like it, and I still don't like it to this day. And then, let's be honest, where did that really lead to? When Rock predictably lost, he rose his hand, Cena's hand high in the sky, got injured, didn't even appear at WrestleMania. He appeared at WrestleMania 30, but he was supposed to have a match with Lesnar, and it didn't happen. What happened really after that? Cena faces a heel Ryback in one of the most gayest feuds I've ever seen. He faces Mark Henry in a storyline that actually worked, but of course he had to bury Henry. He faces Bryan and actually loses, but he was injured, so it didn't matter. He comebacks and wins the title from ADR. So it was like he never left, right? And then an abomination happened. Sandow was Money in the Bank. He cashed it in, beats Cena with a steel steps, beats him without mercy with the steel chair. Cena's got a broken arm, and he brutalizes John Cena. John Cena coming back and wins and beats Sandow. And that was the day after the show I went to, because I went to Hell in a Cell. I was there when Cena won the belt from Alberto. And I was actually cheering Cena because the storyline called for it. And then nothing much happened. He had a shite rematch with Alberto at Survivor Series. What the fuck was that? And then he fucking loses the title to Randy Orton. But not after getting one, like right away getting another rematch at the Rumble that nobody wanted to see. The crowd crapped all over that fucking match. Then he leaves the main event spot, and then he starts burying the Wyatts. He buries Rusev now. I mean, I think Rusev's about to get buried for the fucking third time. You know, a man that was undefeated for a year. Look at that, man. But yeah, that's my grudge with Cena's Royal Rumble win and his final moments in the main event. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And they're trying to do something with Roman Reigns, but of course you went. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But yeah, the real videos I wanted to do are coming up. I'm going to do a video on Roman Reigns, Never Alone. I may talk about Idol a little bit. And then I'm going to do a video about Global Force Wrestling's roster reveal. My thoughts and opinions on that. Oh, and by the way, Oha Nation's on NXT, so that's pretty cool. All right, see you guys later, man.